didn't get around to making my calls
Hold
because
hold on to that until after the search, because I think we're live now.
We're live, yay!
Yeah.
Welcome to a super abridged and storming its buff edition.
Well, hopefully it won't be like abridged like that. We already have our candle from Mahes. It's an LED, but I have it lit from Mahes because it just started storming. I started hearing of thunder maybe 5 minutes ago.
Now I will say, when you're watching, Return of the Jedi and the battle over Endor is cutting to the space shots,
and then you hear the
explosions and the thunder mix. It's nice.
I bet. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting because we have a window behind this, but
yes.
It should be all right. But prayers are going out for everybody because I noticed everybody in the center part of the United States, because our friend Jory is under tornado warning right now. They're taking shelter. He just mentioned that on a Facebook chat, and I know that there are other folks that live in Kansas and Missouri and parts of Iowa that all that's going to be affecting them too. So in the midst of our celebrating the Feast of the Valley, we're also going to be praying for good weather. And I have to chalk up this week to Mercury retrograde too, because when you think about it, we thought that our friends would be celebrating Passover this Sunday or Monday coming up. No, it was the one that just passed, and I found out when I got a text message that says, "Hey, well, I finally made it in. My flight was delayed, but we'll see you at 6." I'm like, "Oh crap, that's today." So
luckily, all we had to do was put clothes on.
Yeah. Put nice clothes on, because we were pretty much ready otherwise. But yeah, so this week was much busier than I expected it to be. So
yes.
But I'm hearing you guys saying, Katie is feeling better, with that tooth issue, and we're glad to hear that. And
yay,
folks have been doing some spring cleaning, and a seasonal offering. I'll bring it to the camera. So we're already getting blackberries like this down here, but that's because we're so far south. This is what some other folks will be seeing in a little later in the summer. So this is wishes for
oh great,
yeah, and I can't wait for my blueberry bush to finish ripening. But yeah. Slime TV, is the screen frozen for anyone else? Yeah, let me know if anybody else has any issues. And Luca, hi, it's been a while. Yeah. Glad to see everybody. And dewberries, yeah. Well, see, these are wild blackberries, and I've heard people refer to them as dewberries. So I don't know what if there's any what the specific difference is between them.
I don't either.
But yeah, I've heard of people looking for dewberries, and I want to say that that's what some people around here call those. But my understanding is they're just wild blackberries. So yeah, they have the seeds in them, but oh goodness, deer ate all of our blackberries. Yeah, and
they will do that.
Lots of animals, and I have to kind of compromise with the birds because they like the blackberries too. And a couple of them have figured out that blueberries are yummy too. And so I have to keep an eye on the blueberry bush when it gets ripe, because I still remember last year, a little mockingbird, all the birds seem to have personalities, and that mockingbird's crazy. But I remember seeing it perched on, my framework for the outdoor altar, and it had a blueberry in its mouth, and it looked at me and just went gulp. I'm like, so we'll have a repeat of that as soon as they ripen this year, I'm sure.
But I am going to suggest that we get the show on the road.
Yeah, because I think Preston is planning on calling you back. So
no, I'm going to call him, but I'm just wanting to make sure we get through this Well, we have signal.
Yeah, just to make sure that the weather doesn't do something
We
crazy.
haven't lost signal, but
yeah,
this is the ultimate test for our brand new internet.
Yeah, well, and that whole Mercury, Gatorade, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So let's get started, guys. Oh, these cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tiffany purifies me. Hail unto you, O Unity. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. That wasn't so bad this time.
No.
We've cast out all evil that pertains to us.
It's raining.
We're pure. We're pure. We're pure. We're pure. Cut that out.
I guess they warmed the water up when we ain't got no super things for a while.
Well, it's funny. I was expecting it to be cold, and I'm like, look, I know it's going to be cold, and there's nothing I can do about it, and it's a surprise. Felt refreshing for me because I didn't get much sleep last night. So
it was kind of nice because my hands were sore.
Well, there you go. Healing waters.
I love you.
Love you too. Okay. Here we are. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and will be joining us in the future, and who has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we're all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
You arise in the Achetes Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, O Amun, O Hathor, Mistress of the West. Hail and praise, O Yunuchidu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And let us light our candle for Sekhmet, for protection and healing for all those who need it. There we are. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you're not sure. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunuchidu, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O Yunuchidu, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunuchidu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yunuchidu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Amun, Lord of Thebes, within his house. Pure, pure is Hathor, Mistress of the West, within her house. Pure the cause of all of these gods, this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for the cause of Ra Horeketi, Amun, Hathor, in every place their immortal cause wish to be. Come to your body, O Rahoraketi. Come to your body, O Amun. Come to your body, O Hathor. Come to your body, Zoya Nechiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Okay. There we are. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Amun, before Hathor. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nemkapuru Ra, your foes retreat from you. And Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And this is the point where I'm reminded of the question at the Seder, why is this night different from other nights? Well, because this is the feast of the valley that was sacred to Hathor, and because it was on the west side, it was. I'd love to see not only sunrise but also sunset in Luxor one day, to see if maybe where the sun sets looks like it's going anywhere near that valley. Because that's the valley where Hatshepsut had her temple built. And there was, at the time, there was another temple that was older from the Middle Kingdom next to it. So she built it next to his. And her successor, Thutmose III, built another one kind of in the cranny in between. Unfortunately, it was damaged by an earthquake many centuries later, but we know where it was, and where the one from Montuhotep was kind of off to the side, but Hatshepsut's is the best preserved, and that was where Amun would travel, across the river with Mut and Khonsu in tow, and they would visit Hathor, and that was when families would go and they would take the opportunity to visit their family chapels and get good and schnockered and spend the night communing with their ancestors and their loved ones. So what we do is, this is where we expand the offerings for the blessed dead to include not just the usual candle and water, but also incense, and I have wine for them too. I get the feeling Wally would say, "Hey, that's not wine, that's grape juice."
Yes, there's some very particular souls.
Yeah, but
if you're gonna give me a juice box, just say so. Yeah.
well, this makes sure it gets drunk in a timely fashion. So,
I remember I was just recently watching a documentary. They're going to try to restore the rest of that beyond Hatshepsut's temple.
Yeah, because there was a Polish team that had done a lot of restoration work on Deir el-Bahri. But yeah, the temple, and by the way, what I understand is there's a chapel to Anubis in it, as well as the Hathor chapel, and also there's a sun court, and it is very similar to sun courts in other temples. and there are solar texts there that mirror solar texts from other sites, in the country, and those are of particular interest to me because of the things that I'm trying to learn more about. But yes, so are they working on? Is that documentary talking about? Are they going to be working on like Tuthmosis Temple or Montuhotep's, or did they say?
I think they said Tutmosis Temple first, but I think they're planning on working on the whole complex to fix it.
Yeah, and there's no telling what else they might find there, because they've found not only statues, but also like there were graves from the Middle Kingdom that had been kind of built over, and all sorts of things. So I think it's cool that they're working on that.
One of the things I think is very interesting about that specific temple is she's kind of incorporating the same kind of thing as at Abu Simbel, with the sunlight comes streaming in and everything, and you can see where in the back it's actually a shrine to Amun.
Yeah, but there's
the only thing that's not immediately present is a shrine to Ptah.
Yeah, Ptah is kind of in shadow. Well, actually, there's more to it, and I'll talk about the solar chapel I mentioned. That's kind of teasing a topic for later in the year. As soon as I get my animation finished, I have some really fun stuff to work on, and some hopefully some more music to record and cool things like that. But yeah, back to our seasonal offerings specific to the holiday. So. And this is where it was a formal pouring of waters, welcome for a water offering, and I get the sense that was kind of similar to what would be done during the Decade Festival, but it's just that for the Feast of the Valley they kind of plus one, So. First, we're going to light our candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Devant. Okay. And with this libation, we invoke Osiris and ask him to take unto yourself all those who speak ill of the names of our blessed dead. Jehuti, go, take hold of the enemies of these blessed dead on behalf of Osir. Do not let loose of them. Beware not to let loose of them. 4 times we say, do not let loose of them. Do not let loose of them. Do not let loose of them. Beware not to let loose of them. Beware, beware not to let loose of them. There we go. This is referring to all those who would speak ill of our blessed dead. Do not let loose of them. Meanwhile, we light incense. And this is a prayer that goes back to the pyramid texts. Someone has gone to be with his Ka. Osir has gone to be with his Ka. Set has gone to be with his Ka. Horus, eyes forward, has gone to be with his Ka. And all of our blessed dead have gone to be with their Kas. Come, O you blessed dead. Someone has come, and you shall not need. The Lady of the West has come, and you shall not need. Hathor has come, and you shall not need. Your purity is that of the gods who have gone, but not withdrawn from us. Raise yourselves to this fresh water and this incense that we have given you. You have been purified for the feast days, like the unwearying wine of Abydos, which of course is Osiris. And it is the fruit of the vine, and so we can say it's wine and make it so. That's how Egyptian magic works. So. Orakel, ta henket, kakao abdu senachemarat, kudnibet nofre wabet anchet nacharim, and cow and aku punibu, macherunibu hiranachra. A voice offering, bread and beer, thousand of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And yes, we'll include irep would be wine, so include that in the voice offering. So there, they have their wine.
I want to get some very particular milk.
Oh, yes. Darren wants to get some blue milk, which is a Star Wars thing, and apparently they have it in stores now.
Yes.
And Darren wants to include that on the offering plate.
Especially for Dad.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yes, because his dad never could quite understand his love of Star Wars. And so this is kind of a joke between the two of them. So
yeah. But if I'm offering it to Amy and
yeah.
the rest of our blessed, most of them will know.
Yeah. Oh, I noticed that we're having a little bit of a signal issue on the messenger chat. Guys, let me know how's the signal going. Okay. Yeah. That beeping that you're hearing is the call trying to reconnect. So
but
okay, I think the video call did it end here?
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go. Okay, well maybe it dropped us, but okay. So far so good, but yeah, and it's funny. One Night Heathen saying I'd love to also visit Iran and Iraq and Syria, and yeah, of course, the political situation is going to have to calm down substantially for that. But I'd love to visit Iraq. I actually had a dream that we got to go and visit Iraq, but we would have to be very careful about how we did so because you and I could probably never go to Turkey.
Yeah.
There's a crazy story behind that, and it involves his dad.
And not for you two either. So sorry.
Okay.
Ultimate Patreon exclusive, biggest payers only.
Okay. Well, we could have a Patreon exclusive video where we talk about what happened with your dad when he was stationed in Interlake.
I'll tell that story one day.
Yeah.
That's the big stuff.
Yeah, but we'll save that. Blue milk with vanilla flavoring.
Sounds good. I want some.
Steelers Nation, good evening. Welcome.
And the Steelers Nation will be saying, "Why not us?" Before long.
But it's aren't they doing draft right now? Or
they are, and I hope they draft a quarterback so Russell Wilson is a temporary measure at best.
I don't know. I don't follow that. What I know about it, I know from you. So, yeah. But, yes, in ancient times, this would have been a multiple day festivity. And, people would be, getting together. And actually, a lot of your tomb paintings that picture people banqueting and, you had the dancers and the musicians. They think that was actually depicting festivities from the Feast of the Valley. And so this was not just, some really good party that somebody wanted to remember. This was what they did at that time of year. And so, of course, our other pagan friends this weekend will probably be celebrating Beltane, which also has connections with the veil being thin, and things like that. So there's a little bit of parallelism there. But we will read for Amun and for Hathor, and then we'll get to our requests and cookies and good things like that. O Amun, heaven is uplifted for you, ground is trodden for you. Ptah with his 2 hands makes a chapel as a resting place for your heart. How great is Amun, beloved God! He rises in Karnak, his city, as Lord of life. The beautiful face of Amun, beloved power, whom the gods love to behold. Mighty one who came from the horizon. All of Amun's domain is in feast. Happy it is for Amun Ra, the one whom mankind loves. And for Lady Hathor. Come, make merry for the Golden One. Good cheer for the Mistress of the 2 lands. Come, arise. Come that we may make for you rejoicing at twilight and music in the night. O Hathor, you are exalted in the hair of Ra. Shake your head. In the hair of Ra. To you is given the sky, the deep night, and the stars. Great is her majesty when she is happy. Okay, and one more. Okay, now this come up good. Okay. Here we are. Hail, O Hathor, O golden lady, mistress of love, O beautiful one who comes in joy, mistress of dancing and revelry, beloved daughter of Ra, lady of turquoise and gold. You light up the sky with your brilliance. Shine upon all faces and bless us with your love. O Eye of Ra, may you defend us from evil. O Mistress of the West, may you embrace our blessed dead and guide us safely to them when our day of mourning comes. Okay. And now that's right, one other thing we need to do. And bring the rest of the family together. And that is why we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at.
Go ahead and restart the TV, please.
Hang on.
I'll do it.
Hang on.
I don't know what.
Here we go. Hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. As fat is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, such as the 8th Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti. We may witness Ra's perfection every day. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to read our fortunes for the week. Hold on, let me adjust the volume here a bit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start with a cookie for everyone. And of course, go ahead and put your icons up there. I'm seeing hearts and smiles. That's good. Huh. Oh, did the Egyptians make ice? Not that I know of. But except for the technique called rapid evaporation. That sounds kind of cool. I know that they had ways of transporting ice from the mountains, and I think there was like lots of felt insulation involved, and kings in northern Mesopotamia had ice imported for them, and we have record of this. But as for the Egyptians, that's not something I've read much about. But okay, so I see cookies, and I'm seeing lots of hearts. And Gabriel, I got a statue for Sekhmet finally. I feel like she's loving having representation. Well, that's great. Okay, well, let's start with the one for everyone. So all our folks who are tuning in after the fact still get a reading. Sitting towards the south may bring you good luck. Huh. Interesting. Because that we got that one before the eclipse. So I wonder if this was more of a long-term message, and they're reiterating it. Sitting toward the south may bring you good luck. Of course, for folks who might be having to take shelter during severe weather, I think they say go to a southeast corner, or also in find an interior room, but maybe this will be something good. So sitting to the south may bring good luck. Say what?
An interior room with no windows.
Yeah. Darren was saying, if you have to take shelter from severe weather, and remember, an interior room with no windows. That's why bathrooms oftentimes, especially if it's one in the center part of your house, that's a good place to go. But I've gotten a request from Seta, so we're going to pull one for her real quick and set it aside, and then we'll pick up with Katie Horton asking for one from Set. First, we'll see what he has to say for another of his devotees. And if you continually give, you will continually have. And we'll have to set that one aside for her. And I have to offer my thanks to Set, because I noticed we started our service and the thunder quieted down. So much appreciation for that. May he continue to protect all of his followers who might be under the weather, quite literally. So we'll start with Katie. The two hardest things to handle in life are failure and success. So, Katie, the two hardest things to handle in life are failure and success. And the thing is, we all know about failure, and we worry about it, but it's. I think sometimes it's easier for us to accept, but the harder thing to do is to account for the possibility that you might actually, succeed in something. So that's a note of encouragement and telling you to plan for success. Don't be caught unprepared. Isn't it a statistic that like a lot of people that win the lottery actually end up declaring bankruptcy later because they spend the money and they get more things that they can't maintain,
Right.
Rather than being smart with it, so it's kind of not being prepared for your own success.
Yeah.
So okay. And I see we got our Discord cookies. Yeah, and sarcastic. I saw what you were saying about why buy blackberries from the store? Just don't mow your lawn for a little while, and boom, you got blackberries. Absolutely, that's certainly the case down here too. Okay. All right. So Love Deluxe, and then Threlo. Oh, hi guys. Glad you could make it. And then Luca. So Love Deluxe. Love Deluxe. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So I think that's advice about the issues that you're looking at, and think about the way you're approaching them, because it may be influenced by what's going on with you at the moment. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So that was for Love Deluxe. Threlo. Sincerity is the finest point of communication. So Threlo, sincerity is the finest point of communication. So be honest. Be sincere. I know that Mercury retrograde will be ending, I think, 27th. So we're, after this weekend, we'll be hopefully starting to not have so many issues. Luca. Luca. Yeah, it's been a minute. You've got voicemail. You have too. So, Luca, here's your first one. A much-needed victory will happen for you. Awesome. Now, here's the other one. We must overcome difficulties rather than being overcome by difficulties. Luca, you got a lot of love in your voicemail here. Because let me put these two together. We must overcome difficulties rather than being overcome by difficulties. And a much needed victory will happen for you. So,
keep pushing.
Yeah. Don't let it get the better of you, because some good things are going to happen. Keep the faith. Hopefully that's some much needed good news for you. Okay, and Ashley Spradley from Anapu and Bast. So over here on this side of the altar, we'll ask him for Ashley, and that one just hopped right out. Ashley, the smart thing is to prepare for the unexpected. The smart thing is to prepare for the unexpected. So just because you don't think something will happen doesn't mean it won't. The smart thing to do is to prepare for the unexpected. Okay. And when I see you're saying you have a feeling you shouldn't ask for one, if you decide to ask for one later, you're certainly welcome to.
Somebody's saying pull one.
Someone's saying pull one for him.
Yep.
Okay, right now, huh?
Right.
Okay.
You know what one? You need one.
All right, why not? Here you go. So one I need, and this was for you. Then we'll pick up from there. Because I see the list from Discord. All right, one-eyed. You should be able to make money and hold on to it.
Discipline.
You should be able to make money and hold on to it. Okay, so our Discord cookies. Cypress, Sabby, Leroxy, Alex, and B. And then again, I'll have to catch up down at the bottom in just a minute. And I see Catherine wanting one from Constant Jehuti, so I'll have to look for your pink heart down there. But we'll start with Cypress. No, wait. Okay, no, we didn't get. See, I'm so used to seeing Leroxy in the list with Thralo and Love Deluxe that I was like, wait a minute, did we get them? But no, I see. So we're starting with Cypress. Spelled like the island, not the tree. Cypress, you should have a talk with your friend today. Wow, that's pretty direct. You should have a talk with your friend today. And that's for Cypress. Next is for Sabby. If you can't excel with talent, triumph with effort. So for Sabby, if you can't excel with talent, triumph with effort. Okay. Lee Roxy, then Alex, and then B. So. For Leroxy, a person's dreams are an index to their greatness. Wow, and I've gotten that one before, and that's I think one of the ones I've got like pinned on, on my cork board. But a person's dreams are an index to their greatness. So let those dreams propel you. A person's dreams are an index to their greatness. Okay. So Alex and then B. Alex, the surest way to have nothing to give is to give nothing. So for Alex, the surest way to have nothing to give is to give nothing. And for B, B, meeting adversity well is the source of your strength. Meeting adversity well is the source of your strength. Okay. And for Gabrielle from Sekhmet. So for Mama Sekhmet, Gabrielle is welcomed home. And let's see what message Mama Sekhmet has for her. Ask for advice, but use your own common sense. So, Sekhmet's message for you, Gabriel. Ask for advice, but use your own common sense. Because sometimes you can have people who speak with great authority, but they're speaking out of their ass. So, and your common sense will be your guide in that case. So ask for advice, but use your own common sense. All right, let me catch up. In here, okay, sarcastic. And Mrs. Jackal. Okay, and then for you, okay. All righty. Yeah, no. And once I'm done with this animation, I'm gonna work on some things for Miss Jackal. Maybe some nice surprises for New Year's or something. But right now, short portion. For Miss Jackal, be a generous friend and a fair enemy. Be a generous friend and a fair enemy. And for sarcastic. If you can't excel with talent, triumph with effort. So sarcastic, you got the same one. If you can't excel with talent, triumph with effort. I'm suddenly thinking of the story about the differences between Mozart and Beethoven as composers, because Mozart, of course, was a wunderkind, was brilliant at a young age, and the story goes that when he composed music, it was nice and neat and clean, and he pretty much could spit it out, and you had beautiful music right there on the page, whereas Beethoven had to go through drafts, and there were his sheet music was marked up because he'd have to revise in order to come up with what was still masterpieces. We know his music, if not by name, then just going, oh yeah, it's that thing, even today. But he wasn't the obscene young talent that Mozart was, but he still was, he triumphed through effort, like our fortune is saying. So, okay, Amun set and then Serrano. Oh, I know. Oh, and sarcastic, you're saying from Newt, please. I'm considering adding her to my practice. Well, hopefully that gives you some detail there. But okay, so I'm in set. I'm in set. Enthusiastic leadership gets you a promotion when you least expect it. Enthusiastic leadership gets you a promotion when you least expect it. Yes, and we're getting out of Mercury retrograde, so go ahead and volunteer for that project. You could, it could pay off. So enthusiastic leadership gets you a promotion when you least expect it. Okay, next is for Serrana. Wow, and that one just popped right out. Huh. Serrana, you never suffer from a money problem. You always suffer from an idea problem. That one seems that one seems rather pointed, but you never suffer from a money problem. You always suffer from an idea problem. Hopefully that helps clarify something. So, okay, Married Weapaway from the Jackals, and then Son of the Stars from Hathor. Something beautiful and poetic about that. I like it. But Married Weapaway asks our Jackals, Anapun, quotes. A kindly word this week. Sing and rejoice. Fortune is smiling upon you. Married Weapawet, sing and rejoice. Fortune is smiling upon you. And good news is afoot.
Hey, Sharon.
Okay. Huh?
When you get a minute, me and her would like a cookie as well.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Because Son of the Stars asks for one from Hathor. So, Lady Hathor. Our Sasa Bell. Son of the Stars. Son of the Stars. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. So if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. I believe that's advice to do something different. And yeah, see, Catherine asked for one from Konsu and Jehuti. So, yeah. Lunar deities for Catherine. Words of wisdom. We grow great by dreams. All big women and men are dreamers. So, Catherine, we grow great by our dreams. All big women and men are dreamers. And now I'm thinking of what Optimus Prime said.
Yes.
Hold on to your dreams. The world was built on dreams. Okay, I'm going to try to catch up a little bit here. Slime TV, and I love that. Oh, I love this. Yeah. Sarcastic is suggesting if you're taking shelter in your bathroom, because there's a tornado or something, this is a set. It's just like, hey, nice place you got here, but your bathroom could use a sunroof. Let me just.
Let's not say we did.
Yeah. All right, so let me make sure that. Oh, okay, and One-Eyed Heathen, you were asking, you couldn't quite understand the fortune, and what was the one for everyone? Because the one for everyone was sitting toward the south may bring you good luck. And then in your case, you had one with regard to money, and you should be able to make money and hold on to it.
In other words, don't spend that money.
So save your money. Okay, so Slime TV and then Ghost Panther 22. Nope. Now, are we talking like Nickelodeon Slime TV or something else? I actually was working at Office Depot at a point when they were they had a kiosk and they were selling the supplies to make slime, because apparently eyeglass cleaner and Elmer's glue and then something to color it with.
The coloring of your short.
Yeah, you can make slime. And I was like, okay. So we're an office supply store and we're selling ways to waste office supplies. Gotcha.
Of course.
Yeah. The Slime TV. Every day is a new life to a wise person. Yes, and keep in mind where we come from, sunrise is the reenactment of creation. So every day is a new life to a wise person. It is a fresh start. And next is Ghost Panther 22 from Bass. Bassa. With a name like Ghost Panther 22, I'm pretty sure that's best. So. See what Lady Bass has a word of wisdom. A judgment will rule in your favor. Ghost Panther 22. A judgment will rule in your favor. Sounds like good news. So, okay. All right. Okay, Luca's saying it. I drew 2 tarot cards and 2s have been following me today. That's awesome.
Good to hear.
Yeah. And Katie Horton says, we had a rough week. My husband's mom is in the hospital. Our dishwasher broke. His truck broke, but the truck is running by tomorrow. That's good. And yeah, so I got better, but the terrible threes sometimes happen before something good. That's a good thing to keep in mind too. But yeah, with of course with dishwashers, yeah, we've gone through those for various reasons. Um, yeah, you should be able to get one from and Lowe's or any of the big box and have them install it, and especially if you have it done professionally, then they know to do things like pop there's a little cap you have to pop so you can connect it to the garbage disposal and not have it back up, because that happened with us because I let my little brother install it. Lesson learned. Okay. Now I'm trying to catch up with the comments, make sure if anybody else. Okay, I see. Yeah. Alziel, I would like a cookie too, please. Been going through a lot lately and been in the process of figuring things out. Absolutely. Um, and yeah, and with that, I think a lot of that may be determined by what state you're in, because there's talk about wrongful termination if you get sick, and it's beyond your control, things like that. Some of the laws may vary state to state, so
they do vary state.
Yeah, so it would be worthwhile to check for specifics for the state that you live in, because some of them are just really wonky. The state we live in has some really wonky laws on there. But Alazale has been going through a lot and would like a cookie. So
we could all use a cookie.
And then I know that Yamano had requested one, so let's get Alazale. Alziel. The Tao that can be described is not the everlasting Tao. Yes, and a couple of folks got that one last week, but yeah, of course Tao being capital Tao, but the way, the greater truth, wisdom, the wisdom that can be described is not the everlasting Tao. It's something that goes beyond words. So I think in your case, if you're looking for someone to describe an experience or a greater truth or wisdom, if they can put it into words, then that's theirs. It's not yours. It's something you've got to experience for yourself. So, okay. Okay, my name is Slime, online nickname to avoid my real name, and the .tv part is because I thought it was cool. Well, it is. It's just sometimes the really colorful usernames make me think of different things, and that's just a reflection of the flea market bin that is my pop culture experience. So. Yeah, I remember. I think Darren, it wasn't like slime as a toy, like something that kind of first came out in the 80s, and yeah, because I remember that all the cool kids were able to get slime, and of course, I had a mom that like didn't like anything gross, and so of course, she wasn't gonna.
Yet she had 2 boys.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that was so good.
There we go. That was just a back scratch.
I needed a back scratch. Sorry, guys.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me get. Yamano, I know you had asked for a cookie, so now it's your turn. It's kind of a last call for cookies. If anybody else has a request for one, just
Last call for wisdom, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. If you want to win anything, a race, yourself, your life, you have to go a little wild. So Yamanu, that was yes. If you want to win anything, a race, yourself, your life, you have to go a little wild. So
I'm also going to apply that to me.
yes, take a risk. Do something that you might have hesitated. Just let go wild and say, let's do it. So
Would you pull one for Shannon?
Okay. Okay. All right, and Gabriel, would it be okay if y'all go back over my fortune once more? I don't understand. Let's see, and I'll try to find yours because because that was you'd asked for one from Sekhmet, and I believe yours was ask for advice, but use your own common sense.
In other words, don't let people make decisions for you.
Yeah, take advice and weigh it, and don't go 100% with what somebody else tells you. Tailor it with what you know and what your own experience is. Don't discount your own experience.
Right. So many people want to follow the advice of others because they don't have the guts to make a decision on their own. Well, listen. If you take that other person's advice and you do exactly what they said and it doesn't work, it's not their fault.
Now, I think a lot of people might think that. Be like, well, you told me to do this, that, or the other. Well, they said that, but what that's saying is to learn to trust that voice you have deep down that tells you whether something is right for you or not. And we get taught not to trust that voice. And it's a little voice. It's a quiet voice. And that's why it's easy to discount. And that's some of the life work that we have, to do in our lives, is to learn to trust that inner voice.
And suddenly I'm thinking of something Obi-Wan said.
What, your eyes can deceive you? Don't trust them?
No.
No, what's that?
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the
fool who follows it? Oh, yes. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and it may not make sense to you at first, but it could be later on in the week you'll have something come up and it's like, oh, wait, that's what she meant. Yeah.
Or longer.
Yeah. Oh, so y'all are talking about soups, and Luca mentions miso. Now you're talking shiro or aka miso? Because our mama-chan, she was really partial to aka miso. But all right.
Shannon's cooking.
Oh yeah. I was like, wait a minute. There's something else that I was missing. But yeah, let's do Shannon's, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
That's why I'm here, folks.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. So. All righty, for Shannon. The reward for having feelings is great joy. So for Shannon, the reward for having feelings is great joy. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I tell you what, I'm going to read another prayer for everyone that's in our circle, everyone who tunes in. We're asking the Nechuru, may you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day, even if it's the eyes of our hearts, as righteous ones who set you in their hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ear to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shenit in Yunu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru, endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet, endures. As the name of Horus in Pei, endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep, endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chemenu, endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Amun and Hathor. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Amun, O Hathor, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Alrighty. And real quick, anybody else had any other requests or questions? Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. Glad as always to see everybody. Lots of love. And I saw we did get a super thanks earlier up here, a super sticker. Big thanks for that. I can't scroll back to it right now, but you know who you are. Thank you so much. And we will see you same cat time, same cat channel next week.
Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, and yes, be safe.
Be well, everyone.
Yes, have a safe week.
Definitely be safe in the weather.
Yeah. Yes, that's borrowed from the old '60s Batman show. You know, they would normally say same bat time, same bat channel, but on episodes when they had Catwoman, you know, they would say same cat time, same cat channel. And join us next week. Yeah. I grew up on that cheesy show. Yeah, Grave Rangers. Yeah, and then of course there was the King Tut villain in that one. So, it was so cheesy.
And so good.
Yeah.
Still.
All right. Yes, it's technically morning where Mary Wood is. Actually, I believe here's the funny thing. I think when we wrap up here, is sunrise in Egypt itself. So, when I figured that out, I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. So, all right. But you guys have a great weekend and a great week.
Bye.
Oh, there were several of them, but yeah, look that up.